Good morning. I hope y'all having an awesome day. I'm having an incredible day. So y'all know we 3 days away from surgery. My tonsils come out on Friday. So my friend was asking me, was I nervous? And I was like, no, not really. And we talked about, she's like, are you afraid of the pain and stuff like that? And I said, you know what? Not really, because I try not to focus on the pain. Everybody pain tolerance is different. Like somebody can go have a surgery and experience none or minimum pain, and somebody can go have the surgery and experience a great deal of pain. So I just told her that I don't focus on the pain. I just focus on the outcome and why that I'm doing the surgery. So I keep my tonsils, number one, is enlarged. I have all year round allergies. So, you know, some people have certain seasons. My allergies all year round. So my allergies drains into my tonsils. My tonsils get swelling. It causes me to have severe sore throat, tonsil stones. And when it get really bad, I have to go to the hospital or to the doctor. And I like to go to the hospital. They give me an antibiotic shot. So it just keep happening, just back to back to back. I probably... If y'all remember back when I was on TikTok, I really think this came from when I got sepsis from the dentist. Because I had never seen them tonsil stones or any of that. So it's like, I think they do it like 3 within a year. So when they look at my numbers, cause they did tell me a while back I needed my tonsils. I kind of just went with it, said I wasn't going to worry about it. So I would say within a year, I didn't had it about at least 7 times. So that's a lot. Hey, babe. Hey, babe. So I didn't had it a whole lot. So I just was like, you know what? And they was like, well, when you're 50, it hurts really, really bad. That's what the surgeon said. And the same thing with me breaking my arm. It's like our body, I guess, Gino, stop. For your hand get caught in my dress. So I just was like, Gino, your hand gonna get caught in the dress. So I was just like, you know what? I want to go ahead, get it over with so I don't have to deal with it. So they was like, we're not saying that you won't get a sore throat here and there, but you won't have it frequently at all like how you've been having. It's definitely related to your tonsils, and everything is just storing there, the bacteria. So I love my cup. I'm a money magnet. One of my girlfriends bought me this cup because I'm into manifestation stuff. So we're getting prepared for that. And I am so excited when I go online and I read the message and y'all troubleshoot with me and y'all help me with the issues that I'm having with the dress. So I'm going to talk about this dress in a minute because y'all can see I assembled the waistband to the top, and then we'll go over to what's going on over here, whatever. The skirt is not assembled. It's just still kind of pent. But I really appreciate the troubleshooting that y'all do and the advice and different stuff, because like I said, I don't know everything. You ever get somebody that they feel like they know everything and they don't take no advice from nobody, and they be lost in the sauce, because it's like you could be a person that do great things, but it could be one little tip that can make you better. So I'm never over that where I feel like, oh, I know it all, I got all the answers, because I don't. So when I be reading the comments and y'all troubleshooting and getting the help, so a lot of y'all was letting me know that definitely it was the needle. I needed to change a needle, so I have to order needles. I don't have any have any of those size, because normally I saw a lot of spandex. So I have a lot of net and jersey and lace needles and leather needles and denim needles. But I never got the fine needles for the organza and the silk, because I've never really had this problem. Even when I was sewing the other fabric, it didn't do that. So this fabric is much finer, I guess. In a way, it's woven. The minute you start sewing and you got the wrong needle, it start messing up. Okay. So now, I'm going to try to bring it a little bit closer so y'all can see. Okay. So, when I started sewing this, the problem I was having, if y'all can see, this fabric started balling up, wrinkling up, and even after pressing it, it looks awful. It looks awful. Like, I would want to wear it like that. So it was really nothing I could do to save the fabric, and I had limited of the amount of fabric, so I had to keep going. So I decided to ruffle the fabric. So let me try to get closer so y'all can see. But that's what you see here. That's what's going on. So I took the fabric and ruffled it. So you see this and how it looks. It looks horrible. So to make this dress look to the point where I will be okay with it, I started to pleat the bra cup, okay? So this is not attached yet. So I did that because I feel like my phone is greasy. Give me a second. Hope it don't make it worse. A little bit better. Okay. So I did that because I feel like that'll make the dress look better and wearable. So it still look crazy down here because, like I say, this part is not sewn. I just pretty much got this stuff pinned on here. When I sew it together, it'll come together and it'll be underneath the waistband. So, oh, and I added the ties to the back. Y'all see the ties? So I did the ties long and did 3 loops without using an eyelet. So if y'all don't have the eyelet machine, and I know a lot of stuff I do is the eyelet machine. So I take a piece of fabric like this, that size, I will, and it don't got to be this wide, but I sew it down the middle. I take a safety pin, I will fish it out where I will have, let's say, a piece like this, or if you even want it smaller, you could do a piece like that, okay? And then you will fold it. It'll be sewn down, and it'll make a loop. See that loop? And then I take that loop and I sew that loop like this. And that's how we make these loops to bring the fabric through if you don't have an eyelet machine, okay? So, yes, I just wanted to keep going, troubleshooting and different stuff like that. And the mistakes I make, the things I learn along the way, it'll make me better. And I really like, Gino, shh, be quiet. I really like to have real experience, because when you go to do a paid project for somebody, and if you never did it before, it's a journey within itself. And people don't want to, Gino, shh, shh, be quiet. People don't want to have you guessing. Oh, I think I can do it. Oh, I want to do it, or something like that. You got to really know. So that's what I'm doing. I'm kind of behind the scenes, challenging myself, making all these special occasion dresses, because when I get the practice in and I pray over the work, and I just, you know, ask God for that creative vision, and so that I can 100% be confident and know what I'm doing. Because like I say, when I've never did something, I'm going to be honest, I'd be really nervous about doing it. So I'm still learning great things. One thing I noticed that I see the African designers do, and I think that I'm going to be picking up this tip. So what I would do, I would cut the bra cups, or you know, or my sweetheart or whatever, and you know, when you put that princess curve in there, I will, after I do that, I will put the interfacing in and iron it, and that takes away from the curve, because the point of us putting this princess seam is to make it curve around the bust. We take a flat object and we make it curve around the bust. And then I did have to do a breast dart to make this lay down, because it was wonky. It was looking wonky. So I had to do that to make it curve, lay around. Because when I do the sweetheart, see, the sweetheart goes like this, and you can pull it back and it'll lay down underneath your arm, versus the kind of spaghetti thingy. So you know, shh. So I'm sorry, I got a brain fart trying to, you know, be quiet. What was I saying? But okay, just the curvature, making it lay, and making the fabric lay flat, and different things like that. So that that's a challenge within itself to be able to make it, to do that. So I'm learning all these steps, and I want to continue to practice. So when the time comes and somebody say, I want you to make me a special occasion gown, I will have real experience in it, because I'm going to keep doing it till I do it till it's like a no-brainer. Like, I got it. I got it down point. And you train your brain to do that. So I want to be able to do that. But the only difference is when I'm doing it, I do it in different people's sizes. So when people say, am I doing it right now for people? Not at this second. I'm still dealing with, you know, my own little journey and self-healing for myself. So right now I'm not doing any paid projects for anybody, but I'm educating myself. I sound like the lady from Dalton, right? Let me educate you. Oh gosh, did y'all see that meeting yesterday in in Dalton Village out there in Illinois? The meeting was off the chain. Lori Lightfoot showed up, and they didn't want her to speak, and they tried to veto it, and she tried, but you know, a lot of them, you know, they voted to keep her there. But that to me is more excited than watching The Housewives, because I be in disbelief on how professional people are working in a professional environment, and the lawyer sits right there and don't say shit. He let her be, she be in there as hood as could be. Now I know I got a raspy voice. My son calling, gotta go. Okay, so what I am going to attempt to do is try to do this ruffling in real time. So I ruffled this side, because y'all see all the puckering that I was getting in. Once I connect this waistband, these wrinkles and stuff down here, all of this stuff is going to even out. I'm going to even out all of this when I put the waistband together, when the skirt is connected. So we'll get a lot of that puckering taken care of when I finally connect this to that, okay? But what we're doing is I'm about to attempt to pleat online this side. And the reason why, I remember with this fabric, I used the wrong needle. So if y'all see the fabric is puckering, it's buckering, it's doing a lot of stuff that would not look nice in a dress. So I'm taking a piece of fabric, okay? Taking a piece of fabric bigger than the breast size, because we're going to ruffle this into the fabric. So I'm hoping that I can do this without getting too nervous. Okay, so the first thing I do is I take it and I fold it over the raw edge like that, okay? And then I come up with the next ruffle and I bring it all the way to the corner, and I'm pinning it. I pin it this way. That's when I sew it. So I'm bringing it in, folding it under as I'm going. Okay. Again. Fold it. I was looking at my comment and somebody was like, I did not know that you had anxiety like that, you know, public speaking and being in large crowds. Yes, I have very severe anxiety. So even, I know y'all not here, but I have a hard time expressing myself. My words get all combobulated, and I get sweaty in the hands. Yeah, real bad. So as I'm going, I'm ruffling. I hope the camera is picking up. So I'm ruffling each pleat and folding it over to the end, because what we're trying to do is the imperfections that the stitching got all wonky, and there's no way of fixing that. Like, those stitches is jacked up. Ain't nothing I could do to fix that. Once that fabric then puckled like that, It almost like it's like a ruin in a stocking. That's what it did. And I don't have a lot more of this fabric, so I just had to work with what I got. Let me see. Maybe I need to come a little bit closer. Gino, I need you to be quiet. Gino, shh. Gino, be quiet. I'm going to go lock you up. I need you to be quiet. I got poppers. Come put the poppers on Gino. Be quiet, babe. Gino. So whichever way you want your pleats to be. And I just like to keep going because I didn't want to have a failed project. Like, I hate to have something that it didn't work out, but it's like the fabric is like wasted now. I turn it into fabric for my little man again. So I'm like, you know what? Just keep going. Just try to do some pleats or something. Just keep going. And I'm going all the way to the end. So yeah, I didn't want to have a failed project. So I'm like, I gotta keep going. And it's okay if you wind up running out of fabric. You just add some more fabric. I cut off enough to be able to do this. Shh. Gino. Come put the poppers on Gino, because he's barking. You can pop him. You better be quiet. They're going to know you here. With him, he's scared of the poppers from the 4th of July. So if you tell him something about that, he will be scared. So you see so far how it's going. So that's what I be doing. I'm taking it and roughing the fabric. And after I rough it good, I'm going to sew it, secure it down. So if you get a fabric and the fabric is looking wonky or something, and something go wrong, or if you just want to do this method, you should try it out. So you see how it's looking. So it's getting rid of some of that imperfection. I was just trying to have a project that probably wouldn't be able to be completed, that I'm able to be completed. So when you run out of fabric and you have to add, so cut it longer, give yourself more, because each time you pleat it, the fabric gets shorter. Okay. So make sure it's wide enough. So we're going to fold the raw edge down so we can continue. And this will hide some of that imperfection that I'm experiencing from using the wrong needle. So if you're going to be sewing this type of fabric, get you a silk or delicate needle that goes through this, because like I say, the needle was putting a ruin in the fabric, and I'd already cut. And you know, when you start cutting your pieces, you have a certain amount of fabric, and I didn't have any more. So a lot of these dresses is for me, they're sample dresses, and meaning that I'm practicing and learning how to complete these dresses, right? I'm learning how to complete them. So that's what's going on. Okay, so we're getting down to the bottom. Because if I wouldn't have done this, then this project right here would have been a no-go, meaning this would have been a project that I had that I would have had to pretty much be like, oh, well, I can't use that. So I'd have wound up getting rid of it. So, okay, then you take the bottom end, this raw end right here. I should have cut it a little bit more longer, but I didn't. And then you fold the raw edge under. You don't want none of the raw edges showing, because this fabric does fray. It does. Okay, so you see this imperfection right here. How big is this piece? Nope. Okay, cut up this little last piece down here. Go all the way over to the end. Okay, so now we at the bottom of this, like, should I? Okay, don't try to do less. Okay, and that. I'm just trying to pivot it to make it look good. Okay, then the last piece. Okay, fall that in and under. Okay. So what did I learn with this project? You gotta have the right needle for special occasion fabric. So I learned that you need a fine needle so that the fabric does not get ruined as you're sewing it. So that's what you would need. Gino, shh. The monster gonna come and get you back because you being bad. You gotta be quiet. Okay, So what we did, let me move it back a little bit. I'm sorry about my camera not being the best. We're using the phone. Okay. So what we did was, for all of the imperfection that we was experiencing in the bra cup, we did the ruffle effect to kind of hide some of that, because at first that wouldn't have been presentable to wear when you saw like all of those imperfections and stuff like that. It just was not going to work out. So we ruffled that make it look a lot better. So after I attach this, then I have to go and press all of those ruffles and the waistband. Now it's time to work on the bottom of the skirt once I get all that done, and then connect these pieces together. Okay, so I hope that helps. If you wind up having a dress and the fabric looks wonky, just go ahead and do the draping effect to kind of camouflage and hide some of that. And I might wind up doing some stones or something to it to give it some character, like afterwards or something. Like I might do, let's see, something like this to the dress. Y'all can't even see that from this far back, but I might wind up doing some of this, trimming the dress just to give it a little bit more character. So that's what we're doing to make this dress where you can at least wear it. It won't be like, oh God, it's so messed up. So a lot of these dresses that I'm doing, like I said, I'm learning, and these are my sample dresses. So the next time I do it, I would know what I got to do to make the dress better. So that's all about learning. So I'm just gonna secure that down, because at first I felt like it was really bad. So yeah, I'm gonna take it off, secure that down, and then the next part will be pressing it, then starting to connect the bottom of the dress to the top of this dress. So thanks for watching, guys. And I made it. I was able to do the whole demo without getting extremely nervous. So thanks. All right. Okay, so what I do after I do that, I'm doing a dry fitting, and to get the best proper fitting of this, you definitely need somebody to lace you up, because when you lacing yourself, you're only getting so much. So this is what it's looking like with the ruffles on there to hide some of the imperfections. And now it's time for me to assemble the skirt. So I will say, like, this is not my favorite. Hey baby, hi baby, how you doing? How you doing? You okay? Okay, okay, come on. Uh-oh, come. I would say it's not my favorite, but you know, when you're making something, I like to keep going. So now it's time to me to try to attach the skirt part of it. So yeah, so this is how the top, and it would look a lot better if you had somebody else putting you know, lacing you and pulling the dress. It'll be a lot better. But when you're doing it yourself, you're not getting the full effect. I feel like this needs to be up more, and the back. So if somebody else lace you, you'll get a much better fit. So now it's time to figure out the skirt portion and put it to the skirt. So like I said, these are sample dresses. I'm learning what not to do. So I was just trying to pretty much save the dress to make it not like a total fail, while I have to turn it into a smaller mannequin dress. So we're gonna keep going. Alrighty.